How's it going, Dave and Comic Book Investments? So we got in the brand new CGC JSA labels, verified signature, as you can see right here. I'll have pictures so you can see these better, but I made a video about them before, but now I have them in hand, and so I get to actually see them. So I brought, this is right here. This is a normal, typical signature book. As you can see, it's the gold with like, I guess another gold layer at the top. This one right here is gold, but then it has the JSA authentic autograph. In the actual like verbiage down below, it'll say like, it'll be like authentic autograph. Well, this one says signed by. Now, my personal opinion is I personally think that the new black and gold labels for the signed books, so much better. So much better. Than even just the normal gold ones. So I kind of like this look personally. I think this is much a better of a look than just the plain yellow and a darker yellow. But yeah, we just got these in, so I'm looking at them, and it's not like straight black. It's almost like a charcoal. It looks, yeah, it's more of like, definitely has like some like blues and purples in there. You can't really tell. It's charcoal. Just think of charcoal. Charcoal isn't straight black. Like the font is straight black, but this is more of like a charcoal color. It's hard to tell, but once you get up close, it's like a hint of like gray in there. Must be like some blue or purple or something. I don't know exactly how they do it to get it, but still looks very, very good. I like it. I like it a lot. Very, very cool. They also faded it too, so I don't know if this is going forward with all labels. So it's kind of like a faded to a gold. So I don't know if they're going to do that with this one right here, you know, because in here it says CGC in like very fine light color, but this one doesn't say CGC inside of it. You can kind of see it right in there, but this one's just straight. I guess it's faded a little bit. Yeah, a little faded. This one seems more, the fade from here, from the yellow to the gold that goes this way, is way more apparent on this one. So maybe they messed with the fading just a little bit. Other than that, I think it looks fantastic. I really like it. Very, very cool. Just got two. Basically what happens was we got this one and this one in, and we just sent them in normal. And it just so happened by the time that they got there, they introduced a new, their new grading service of authentic, autographs. They'll authenticate them. And basically, they said, hey, do you want these authenticated? So when we sent them in, we had no idea. The JSA thing didn't even exist at the time. And we just sent them in. And by the time the turnaround came, which was like, I think a 2-month turnaround time, this happened. So we're probably one of the first people to get these new labels. So I don't know, maybe a couple other people have gotten a few boxes in, maybe right before us or something like that. But they should be like, these are pretty much like brand new. I don't think very many people have these new labels yet on their books. Let me know down below if you have the new labels. Now, what do I think that is going to happen going forward with these new labels? Like, what do I think? Yeah, maybe I'll pull this back. What do I think is going to happen, and why do I think that it's doing this? This type of label, where it's witnessed, I think that's going away. I thought it was kind of dumb to begin with, because if you don't know, if you had a signature on a book and CGC wasn't physically there to see you get that signature by whatever the artist was, writer, whoever, then it would get a green label. And a green label also meant you could be missing a page, or a coupon could be cut out, or you could have a 3-hole punch, or some, printing defect or something like that. And I'm like, that's not even the same. Someone signing, like if Jack Kirby died way before there was CGC. So any Jack Kirby signature was going to get a green label. And it was just so dumb. Like, oh, I hated that. I was like, this is so stupid. It's not a qualified book. It just has a signature on there that you can't verify, which is pretty easy to do. Anyone with 2 brain cells can verify Stan Lee's signature. I mean, he's done so many of them. So it's pretty easy to see a Stan Lee signature. I get like harder people to do. But yeah, they didn't. I hated it. I hated how it was green. They should have done a different label. But the reason why they did that is they wanted people to go to the physical signings, and it was a reason that set them apart from the other grading companies, where you would have to go and get this actually signed, and from there you send it straight to CGC. So it's almost like a marketing reason, right? So you would say you take this book, and they're like, oh, CGC is going to be there, and it's like, sweet, CGC is actually going to be there, a verified dealer of theirs. You go there, and then you automatically send it to CGC. CGC gets whatever they get for the book, their grading fees and all that, processing fees and all that other stuff. So it was a guaranteed sale for them. I think what was happening was it's probably more cost effective to do it like this. You send it in with an already signed, signature on it, and they charge $25 per signature. So this is an extra $25. This is an extra $25. If you have one of those books where it has maybe like 3 or 4 or 10 signatures, extra $25 per signature. So now what's happening is what it's going to do is all those books, like I'm saying, remember I talked about the newsstand 99, or not newsstand, the 99 pre-screen that they're going to do. The reason why they're doing it is they're loosening up the grades a little bit. So then everyone who has a 9.8 goes, I have a 9.8 right here. Maybe I could get this to the 9.9, the coveted 9.9. And so 9.9s aren't going to be as rare. So, they got bought out by Blackstone, BlackRock. I think it was BlackRock. And now they want to return on their investment. And so they're doing all these things. So lo and behold, you're going to get more 9.9s out there, just like that giant size X-Men number 1. Now that's a 9.9. Everyone's going to look at their giant size X-Men number 1 9.8s, and they're going to think about sending them in. Same with everything else. So the first 9.9 to come out of the gate is going to be really expensive, and it's going to get cheaper and cheaper as there's more. So yeah, so there's going to be more 9.9s out there. All the books that were signed originally that were in green labels, or people that didn't want to send them in because they didn't want the green label because it was it makes the book worth less, even though it has a signature on it, so it should be worth more. So let's pretend that this book was $1,000. This is not $1,000, but let's just pretend this was $1,000 at a 9.2 regular blue label. If this got a green label because it was signed down here, you think it'd be signed by Ethan Van Sciver, the creator of this book, you think then it'd be worth more, right? It'd be like, oh, but they give it the green label, it's now worth less than a normal 9.2 blue label. So if the normal 9.2 blue label sold for $1,000, if it had the green label on it, it'd probably be worth like $800, $850, something like that. It's just crazy. Trust me, no one wanted the green labels, even though it was signed. But if it was a gold label with the signature, then you're probably looking at like maybe a 20, 40, 50, even 100% bump, depending on the signature, how rare it is, all that kind of stuff. So this $1,000 book could be worth $1,200 with the gold label. I think now that you have this gold and black, this verified thing, I think it's worth just as much as the normal gold label. These won't be worth any different now. These will not be worth any different. If you have a verified, authentic, verified one, or just a regular one, won't be any different. They know that. They're charging $25 label. It's a way for them to make more money. It's a way for them to find all the green labeled ones. People send them in. That's an extra grading fee they get. That's an extra $25 per signature they get. And yeah. And also another cool thing that it does is before, like people would, if it was signed in this type of label, no one would ever try to crack. If you're looking at this and like, oh man, like pretend this is the gold one. It's like, oh, 9.2. It's like, man, I think it's getting 9.4. I originally thought this was a 9.4, but I got a 9.2. Now, someone who gets this and they want to take that chance, you could crack this out, try to send it in and get a 9.4. You thought it was a 9.2, got a 9.2, you thought it was a 9.4. You can send it in again and still not lose the gold label status. Like if I sent this in, if this was a few months ago and I sent this, it would become a green label, all this. And so it's like, oh, not worth sending in, cracking out and trying for a better grade. So now you can do that. So now that opens the door for a lot more books, a lot more money for CGC. So it was a smart move to them to do it. It's to make more money, definitely. But yeah, that's pretty much why they're doing it. So this will be gone. This is not worth any more now than it was before. This is going to slowly fade away. Less people are going to care because I think they have to pay their dealers or a verified dealer to be there in some capacity, something like that. So they have to pay these people to go out to these different conventions, comic shops, and stand around and verify that they're signed and all that kind of stuff. So it's, it costs them money. Now it doesn't cost them anything, and they actually make more money. So let me know what you think below on your thoughts of the label. Let me know if you like the label, if you don't like the label. Let me know if you think that, I think this is going to be a premium. Now these books are actually worth more. They're worth more as opposed to the dreaded green label. So very interesting. I personally like it. Have a great day.